Come to think of it, haven't you got lots of female friends, Sal? Maybe you could give the stud here some tips on how to friend zone like a pro. Ooh, ouch. Oh, God.
Thanks.
Yeah, I cut a little too close.
That hurt more than the heart attack.
Right. Hello, welcome back to Bookend Gaming.
Hello.
It's Otaku Tuesday yet again.
Yes.
And we're still playing Summer's Clover.
It's my favorite holiday that comes along 52 times a year.
That's true. Is it really a holiday, though? It's more like a...
It's not a holiday.
It's more like a...
I was just being a doof.
There's a word.
Weekly event?
I guess. It's like a meal plan. It's like we always have tacos on Tuesday.
Well, it happens. We always have anime girls on Tuesday.
Right. Oh, yes, please. If we ever do one that doesn't have anime girls in it, I'm going to be upset. We're going to have to do Hatoya Full Boyfriend or whatever, where you date the birds.
Yeah, or...
but then you play as a girl in that one, so never mind.
Dream Daddy.
There's a girl in that, too.
Well, yeah,
She's
but...
like your helper. But you don't get to date her.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but that's fine.
Yeah, I don't...
Or the Kentucky Fried Chicken one.
We're not... I'm not playing. We're probably not going to play those. We might. Maybe the KFC one sometime in the future. Just as a goof. I mean, we did play...
I think we missed the boat on that one.
Yeah, I mean, we played the Santa one.
That's true.
But whatever. Speaking of meal plans, we're in the cafeteria.
Yeah. We're enjoying the clicks, and she is really analytical.
Yeah, well, I mean, so was Sal, so...
Well, that's true.
She's like a matchmaker, which is just weird.
Yeah, she is all interested in how everyone connects, and...
Yeah.
So, that's her thing.
She's a people watcher.
It's okay.
She's like, she's messing up the multiverse.
Yeah.
She's Wanda, and he's Doctor Strange.
Yeah, there you go.
While I'd hesitate to say it's great, the food here's still pretty good. Filling, and by far satisfying enough to live on for quite a while. Can't complain about the price either.
I don't know if you've seen Loki yet.
Nope.
Okay. Then never mind.
It don't take long for company to arrive after I started eating. Familiar figure silently seating herself across the table from me.
Well, there you go. She met a friend.
Yeah. I mean, I think she's already been friends with her. Suzu Guguki simply begins to eat without a word. Such things aren't unusual with her, so I simply look down and continue with my own lunch.
It's Suzuki. It's not even that hard.
Suzu. As I shovel rice into my mouth, I find myself especially pleased with how they've cooked it today. Not too dry, not too sticky. Ditching the chopsticks and gulping down some soup, turns out that they've done a good job on that too. Whether Suzu's enjoying her lunch as much as I is, as always, a mystery.
As much as I is.
I thought that's what she was saying.
You chose a good voice, I guess.
Right? Looking past her, two of the three stooges come into sight. With my hand taken, I end up waving my stump around in the air to get their attention. Does a job with the duo changing course and heading our way.
She's just got, like, rattles in it, so it rattles like a rattlesnake. Oh! Something's wrong! Afternoon, Miki. Suzuki.
Oh, there we go. That took a little while. That was a little awkward. Suzu pauses her eating and nod to both of them, as do I. Hisao moves around to take a seat beside me with his juice and a packet of bread, while Haru maneuvers himself to the end of the table.
Is that how you spell maneuvers?
I don't think it is.
I don't think it is either.
Maybe it's like the English way to
I don't know. That's a lot of vowels.
Yeah.
In a row.
That looks like mano-waver. Mano-waver.
Mano-waver. Looks like something you order, like a French omelet.
I got the the Manoeros Rancheros. Himself to the end of the table holding a suspicious plain cardboard box with equally suspicious care.
Or like man ovaries.
Yeah, I don't.
Haru's man ovaries.
I cannot be how that's spelled.
Oh, God.
What's with that?
God, she's so tiny.
Right? Hisao just shrugs as I lean over and ask him. Haru just gleams a smile in response, saying about something being wrong, setting down the mystery box and lifting the top off with practiced ease.
Mystery box.
Whoa!
Whoa!
As the sides fall away, a gorgeous-looking red and white sponge cake is revealed. Thick layer of cream separates the two layers of sponge, and another sits atop the cake. Big, succulent strawberries circle the outer rim, each sitting on its own further blob of cream.
I wonder what image this is on Google search.
Right, what did they type in?
Like, it's like the first one.
Strawberry sponge cake.
Strawberry sponge cake. And we'll see what picture this is.
Finally, a light dusting of frosting covers the cake, like a thin layer of snow.
God, that looks good.
It's beautiful. As expected of Haru.
He's beautiful. You're drooling.
Don't care. Give me that thing. He might be criticizing me, but Suzu's attention is just as focused. Her sweet tooth is getting the better of her as the cafeteria food before her languishes.
Just brings in a whole sponge cake.
Right.
Such a cool guy. Right. Just hold on a moment.
He takes the plastic knife cunningly carried inside the box and sets about cutting a few slices. Looks like the cake's already had a good third eaten.
It did?
It did not at all. They picked it up and cut out the middle. It's like a donut under that frosting. So what's the story?
Whose?
The cake. Let's start with the cake.
The cake's story?
When I was a young cake.
Yeah. I was once a batch of ingredients myself. Made too much during home ec class. The teacher doesn't mind me baking my own stuff, as long as she gets some. If you know what I'm saying. So you're into baking? No, I'm into my teacher. Sure am. Might not have many talents, but I'm good at the ones I have.
The flow of time says I have to be a baker, so I stick to it. As he gets back to cutting it up, I look around for an answer to the second question on my mind, where the third stooge has gotten himself off to. As my eyes fall on him, I can't help but give a weak grin. Suzu notices my staring and twists her head around to see, but turns back to the cake in short measure.
It's gone. Whoa!
Look at that badass. Sure enough, he's standing around chatting up a couple of girls. Might not see the appeal in his appearance, but I can admit that he pulls off an air of confidence well, even without hearing what he's saying.
Uh-oh, I want their routes now.
Right? The blonde.
They're both hot.
I guess. I'm more so into the blonde.
Yeah, the blonde's hot.
Going by a bashful smile at the long-haired girl as she toys with her hair, and the others excited chatting, he's making good progress with both.
I like them both. I don't know who I choose.
Doesn't seem like he's going to have to choose.
No. Is he always like that? I swear he was with a couple of other girls last week.
Believe me, you have no idea.
Something's wrong.
He's had this. He took a bite of my cake. Some people bake, some run, some study, and some pick up women.
That's his disability. He's too sexy for this world.
I could never get anything done. As if he'd heard me, Yukio looks up from his companions to see Hisao and I staring.
Oh, that's who you sang with.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
He's the popular boy.
Yeah.
Sensing an escape, he nods to us and seemingly explains that he wants to come our way.
Oh, no. Please don't talk.
The girl with the longer hair is about to follow him over before her friend stops her, gesturing at me while frowning. What the fuck? It's hard to be hurt by something you deserve, as they both quickly decide to walk off.
Thank God.
I can take solace in the fact that at least her reputation helped Yukio.
Oh. Whoop, whoop.
He's like floating in.
He is. It looks weird.
How are we today, ladies and gents?
I was just thinking in my head how to voice him, but that's fine.
I'll take Yukio. Fine.
That's kind of how I was gonna go too. Like, hey, like a game show.
He's the cool guy. How's it going?
Good, but something's wrong.
Good.
Good.
Don't be too enthusiastic now.
What the?
He's so tiny. They drew that dude on the Haru way too giant.
He's more detailed
He's
too.
Big.
He's huge. Suzu's tiny.
Yeah. He takes the seat beside Suzu, giving her a brief disarming smile as he grabs her ass. She visibly wilts, despite doing her best to avoid doing so.
My ass.
Haru looks back at the cake, but frowns as he begins to cut another slice. Something's wrong.
I can't cut this into 5 pieces. 4 was simple.
It has to be even.
We'll have one more slice and we have people. Should have worked that out first.
Dibs on the double portion.
That's what I said last night. Oh, that's me.
Yeah,
I thought that was
that's Haru.
piss off. Suzuki gets double. Thank you.
Does everyone like Suzuki, I guess? Hold on, what's the criteria here? It's because she's a girl?
Yes.
Aren't you a girl?
A polite young girl. Yes.
You call me old? What about me? I'm a girl too.
You're not polite or young.
Only when it suits you. I get up out of my chair to get some height over him, which he responds to in kind.
Oh God, I'm sorry.
Oh yeah? How about you try having periods?
You try having multiple orgasms.
Whoa.
Oh, I didn't click. Hold on.
Oh, he started to say something. Oh yeah, well, look at me, I'm a man. Oh no, I have to shave my face. I have dreams that give me orgasms. How terrible.
You do?
I mean, that is something that happens to guys.
Yeah.
Well, maybe you'd be treated like a girl if you actually acted like one.
Huh? What's that? I can't hear you over bleeding from my genitalia and feeling like I've been sucker punched in the gut once a month.
This is the part of the porn where she just whips out her tits, and it's like, well, then I'll prove you wrong.
Yeah.
I'll punish you.
Yeah.
What's going on?
I don't know.
It's like, it's doing that on its own.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like interrupting her.
Yeah, he says something, and then she just, huh? What's that? I can't hear you over bleeding from... I already read that.
Oh.
Well, maybe you'd be treated like a girl.
Hold on.
Wait.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're making
just,
my point
okay.
for me.
Maybe
Yeah.
I'd act more like a girl once I got free crap for being one.
Can I have the cake now?
This is awkward. I'm just going to go hang out with the people on the roof.
Miki, Yukio, please.
Hasao looks to Suzu for help as we snarl at each other, but all she's doing is burying her face in her palm and trying not to
I
exist.
just figured she'd be eating by now.
You're right.
Screw you guys.
She's already eaten like half the cake.
Yeah.
I want to thump Yukio for being an ass, but in contrast to the busy hum of students of before, the sudden silence around us reminds me that we're in the cafeteria.
Ew, she's talking about periods. I'm trying to eat.
Gross.
I can't eat my Jell-O now.
Submitting to Hasao's begging, we both fall back into our seats, neither of us admitting that the argument's over. As if
Something's
the
wrong.
Every time he moves, the timeline's changed again.
As if the
You're
altercation
supposed to keep arguing.
had never happened. Haru passes the extra slice to Suzu, earning a shy nod of thanks. It only serves to make Yuki all the more pissed for some reason. But before I can step in to defuse the situation, Hasao does the job for me.
Thanos wins now. What brings you here anyway, Yukio?
Oh, it's a woeful tale. A terrible curse has struck me yet again. Day after day this happens, and only so rarely can I find refuge from its grip.
He's totally making an ordeal out of it, clutching at his chest and emoting as hard as he can. Even if it's for an audience of one, he still likes to play the orator. It's a shame he stopped acting, really.
Ho ho!
I'm just too
Yep.
popular.
He is. He's too sexy for his
Yeah.
shirt. What?
Girls just fall over themselves for me. Ugh, I miss the chase. It's been like this ever since high school started. And if anything, it's only become worse. Ugh, what I would do to get those women off me. I tell them I'm not interested. And it only makes them try all the harder.
You can't be serious.
Haru begins to come around each of our seats, setting down a slice before each of us begins sitting beside Hasao. Wait, what? Before each of us sitting beside... Okay. I quickly tuck into mine as soon as I can. The wonderful taste of cream and strawberries filling my mouth. Befriending this guy was one of the best decisions ever.
Sour.
Baker boy.
Oh, okay. It's true. He ended up quitting drama and switching to the track club just to lower his profile.
Hasao suddenly clicks his fingers in a flashlight of insight.
A what? A flash of insight?
Oh, I said flashlight.
Yeah, I was like, wait, what? What happened?
He just clicks on a flashlight. Click, I've got an idea.
Ah, that explains it. I knew that face on the posters was yours. You must still work for them sometimes, right?
Yeah, though it's mostly organizing new recruits and helping with behind-the-scenes stuff. They probably just use my face to draw in a bigger crowd because I'm so awesome.
His smile fails him as he looks down at his dessert, cloud of despair hanging overhead. I wonder how many girls he'd get if he let this side of himself show through more often.
Even more. Oh, sorry, I'm allergic to sexy.
Is that why you're my friend?
Aw.
Man, it really is a pain. Those girls are
So loud and obnoxious. Can't stand any of them.
I might not be the best judge, but I don't really understand your appeal. Physically, at least, you're ugly as fuck.
You don't? He's hot as
Fucking hot.
fuck.
Yeah. Something's wrong with you.
With you.
You do? I see an opportunity to both tease him and stroke my own ego, and so I take it without hesitation.
Oh, God.
What do you think's hotter, me or Yukio? I lean around Hisao and stare intently at Haru, with Yukio reluctantly doing the same.
Oh.
Haru's taking this surprisingly seriously.
Oh, no. Something's wrong.
He just like gets up and runs.
Yeah.
His head moving between our faces with a look of total concentration as he brings his fingers to his stubbled chin. Seconds pass. Stubbled chin? We're in high school. What is he like?
He's like a 40-year-old dude. That's why he's so huge.
Yeah.
Seconds pass, with Hisao and Suzu's interest obviously piqued as they stare at and eat at the same time. Everybody's on tenterhooks as we await his judgment,
There's that word again.
Right?
with Yukio's face slowly moving further and further back.
I'd have to say Yukio.
I'm a little disappointed in the answer, but the look on Yukio's face more than makes up for it.
That's a joke, right?
Not at all. I can definitely see why girls like you.
You're the last person I wanted that kind of praise from.
Fuck
What
you.
the fuck, man?
Fuck you, I'm cool like Steven Tyler.
Smiling at his discomfort, Hisao finishes his cake and gives due compliments to Haru, which I hurriedly second. Come to think of it, haven't you got lots of female friends, Hisao? Maybe you could give the stud here some tips on how to friend zone like a pro.
Ooh, ouch. Oh, God.
Thanks.
Yeah, I cut a little too close.
That hurt more than the heart attack.
Right. I'm not interested in keeping them as friends. I just want to bang them and leave, and they just never do. I just want them to piss off. Here.
He plucks a strawberry off his dessert and plops it on top of Suzu's uneaten slice. She doesn't even notice, given her attention being focused on trying to get through the first without dropping crumbs everywhere. He waits for a reaction to his act of kindness before giving up and hanging his head in defeat. I don't think Yukio is having a good day.
He probably will later. It's fine.
Well, there you have it, Hisao. These are the losers I hang out with.
Yeah, I no longer want to be friends with you. They're not so bad.
Except for Andre the Giant over here.
Something's wrong with him.
He's like he's got to be from a different dimension. Look how well he's colored.
Haru clamps onto Hisao's shoulders and gives him a playful shake. It's nice to see Hisao loosening up, even if it's just a little.
He's even got his own shading.
Right?
He's special.
Oh, man. I like our ragtag group of
Right.
people
This is
here.
such a weird group of people. Can you imagine if this was the main game? It'd be so different.
Right.
It's like, who are these people?
Oh, man, we're in the classroom.
Oh, jeez.
Walking into class, my gaze immediately falls up to Suzu's desk. Each and every morning, she enters class long before I do, and though I might have hoped to catch her out, today's no different than any other. It's one of life's small wonders. I never did understand how someone in a perpetual state of sleep deficiency manages to get here on time every day. Well, it's not that I don't understand how so much as why. I suppose it's a lie to say that that was weird because I was looking at the words and then you clicked and it was almost like the exact same length of words.
Oh,
So I was
yeah.
like, oh, it didn't change.
I suppose it's a lie to say that nothing at all is different, though. Her head may be resting in her hand as it always is, but rather than looking out the window, her eyes are on the guy casually speaking with her in front of her desk.
Oh.
Why is she so popular all of a sudden? Suzu and Hisao took to each other surprisingly quickly.
Damn it.
She doesn't seem too particularly interested in actually conversing, but just giving him the time of day is more than she gives the other guys in the track and field club. Boorish, she calls them. Which isn't wrong, really. Yo.
Ah!
Oh, stroke!
I wasn't having sex.
I wasn't looking at her boobs, I swear.
Two of them react in unison to the sound of my voice, Hisao turning his body towards me as Suzu moves a little more than her eyes. Their normal morning greetings come to a halt almost as soon as they begin.
She's got a manga.
Suzu just sighs as Hisao's face, as it so often does, turns to mild concern.
Got it.
Yeah, it took me a second,
Are
too.
you okay?
Huh? He motions to his left cheek, my own fingers mirroring his out of reflex. Takes me a second to realize what he's referring to. I haven't looked in the mirror, but there'd no doubt be a nice big bruise right there right about now.
Right there, right about now.
This? I kind of got a bit rough with another club guy. We're cool, don't worry. I like it rough.
Again? This happens often. You have no idea.
I disarm him with a stupid grin as I scratch the back of my neck.
Both of you seem rather accident-prone. Then again, maybe accident isn't the right term to use for you.
The loud clapping of hands behind me would make me jump if it were less obvious who said hands belonged to. As Mutao clears his throat and tries to shepherd the gossiping class into their seats, Hasao obediently takes his leave of us, and I turn to take my seat.
Science!
What's up?
The fact he's addressing the class rather than me is cause for a mental sigh of relief. He wouldn't take kindly to casual talk of a scrap between students. In his classroom, lectures are boring enough without being subjected to another on the subject.
Oh, and Miura, I'll see you after class. I'm gonna give you another shiner.
Damn it.
Rule number 1, don't talk about it.
Jogging past the school gates, Suzu and Hisao can be seen patiently waiting for me. Why are they always together? I'm real suspect of that.
Yeah, I should never have introduced them.
By now, the main throng of leaving students has passed, reduced to little more than the occasional person or two.
Have fun.
Detention on Monday. What a pain in the ass.
At least it's Saturday, right? No, it's Monday. You got a stay of execution for a couple of days.
Whatever. Let's just get to lunch.
Shanghai? Where else would we go?
Yeah.
Susie, Zuzu?
It's the only place in this reality. Yeah, you okay with that, Hisao?
Sounds good.
The decision made, we set off down the hill for the local town.
Haru keeps saying that there are other restaurants, but I don't see it.
Right, yeah.
I long for the days of this Popeye's chicken.
That's every Popeye's that's the only difference in this reality, is all the Popeye's chicken are changed into
Shanghai.
Shanghai, yeah.
I like this time of year. The weather, hot with decent but not overbearing humidity. Reminds me of home. Also means being able to wear summer outfits, which are far more comfortable than winter clothing. It's hard to tell if Suzu's fidgeting is because she's uncomfortable around Hisao, or just because she hates the heat. She's a winter kind of person after all, in every way. She's a snowman. Even Hisao, the rookie, looks more casual than she does. That said, he has the undeniable air of a tourist about him. Eyes flitting about, pace just slightly slower than what looks natural, head turning this way and that. Where you come from anyway? You ain't a local, that's for sure.
The city. The quiet of places like this is a big difference.
Ha! A city boy. Should have known.
There you go. She's a country girl.
Right?
I take it you're from somewhere else then.
The forest.
She's a hick from up north.
Yep. I mean, I doubt she has a southern accent.
A northern accent.
Yeah, that northern accent. Hey,
Well, aren't you?
I don't want to let her get away with it, but from the interested face Hisao's making, she's already won this. We can't all be dainty, spoiled princesses.
You make it sound like you're out in the sticks or something, like a forest or...
I am, dude. Tell you what, first time wandering around the city near here was a big culture shock. I'd never seen people before. I was raised by wolves. His reaction's kind of charming. He has no idea at all what a country life is like. No doubt desperately mining his brain for any images that he can
Wow,
muster.
you nailed that, apparently.
Right?
I always do. We always give the southern accent and the British
the
accent
right-
to the right people.
yeah.
I mean, we don't, because I highly doubt they would actually, when they were written, they weren't given those accents.
No, but I'm just saying, it always seems to match up, though.
It works out, yeah.
We got a good read on these anime girls.
I guess so.
Not that Suzu's any different. I don't really care to explain it to either of them. It's not something I take particular pride in, and bringing her there to visit would only cause problems. Oh yeah, I noticed you chatting with the guys in the track club yesterday. You ever going to actually join, or what?
Do I have to? I don't remember it being compulsory.
That's not what I'm asking. Ugh.
Maybe I should just join the literature club. Oh, God! And wash my hands of the whole thing. It's just MC from another reality.
Oh, no. Something's wrong.
Something's wrong. Yes, do that. The school hardly needs another jock running about.
Oi, doesn't that make me a jock?
To be fair.
I clapped the boy over the head, drawing protest from him. The last thing I need is another Suzu on my case.
I protest. So violent. Very violent.
I'm beginning to think I've created a monster by bringing these two together.
Yeah, look what you've done.
Right? By the time we reach Shanghai, I feel like I've run through a gauntlet with the both of them pecking away. Suzu throws the odd snark while alone, but she and Hasao egg each other on. I don't really hate it, though. Maybe even a little cute.
Yay.
The bell above the door gives its trademark rattle as we file in. The waitresses hurried shuffling towards us, no less familiar. Look like the place is mostly empty, save for a handful of other patrons.
Now she's just going to ruin their friendship by being
By
with
dating
one of them.
yeah. Maybe it's a good thing. If such a place can stay open for this many years and not shut down from the lack of customers, at least the staff aren't going to be too stressed. They keep their jobs and the town keeps its little odd cafe.
Yay.
When she reaches us, the waitress throws her upper body down in a sharp bow. Hasao flinches from how close she comes to headbutting him. Welcome to the Shanghai. Please take a seat. Yuko!
Yay!
We're never going to get a Yuko route.
No.
I give a weak smile as we go, picking an empty window side table from amongst the many. Suzu shuffles into her seat and I slide in next to her, Hasao being relegated to the other side.
That's the worst.
You've been here a few times now, right? You like it?
The fact that Yuko's here still weirds me out a bit.
Yeah, lots of people say that. She's pretty at least, right?
I don't know.
I guess.
Guess so.
You gotta loosen up, man. You're a teenage guy. Nobody's gonna believe that you don't have an eye for the ladies.
How should I answer then? Damn that ass fine.
Ooga, ooga. Hooba, hooba.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like her tits. She's got some nice thighs. Whatever.
Hooba hooba. Grab the booba. Is Yuko looking at us? No. Thank God.
I just smile at him. Looks like he's going to be just as easy to tease as Suzu is. Such prim and proper people they are. As they both recover from their fit of modesty, more important matter comes to mind. I'm going to help him back on his feet, but if he's going to be around me for any length of time, he'll have to get used to Suzu as well, and vice versa.
I don't know. They seem to get along.
Right? I stare at my companion beside me, making her tilt her head. Want to show him your party trick?
Ooh.
She pauses for a moment to work out what I'm referring to. By her increasingly hesitant face, she's got the right idea.
I'm not wearing the right underwear. What?
I didn't bring the bubble gun with me. After thinking on it for a good while, with Hasao's face curiously looking on, she comes to the conclusion I've been hoping for.
If he's going to be hanging around, I guess we have to. Show me what, exactly? Go on.
I give him a disarming smile for a moment before suddenly turning in beside me. Boo! All she does is raise an eyebrow. I have to admit I'm holding back a little. My mental block against possibly hurting her isn't that easy to get around.
That isn't going to work if... What the... What happened? Arg!
Hasao leaping out of his seat and hitting his fist to the table as he shouts, albeit in a careful way given we're in public, as the intended effect. Suzu immediately jumps in fright, my own heart skipping a beat in sheer startlement.
Startlement.
I'm so startled. With barely a second's delay, the laugh seemingly goes out of her. A sigh as the air from her lungs lazily passes her lips is all to be heard as her small body goes limp in her seat. Her head jerks downward as all control goes out of her neck before her entire upper body falls forward.
Oh my God, I killed her!
What did you do?
With an audible thud, her forehead lands on the table without the slightest resistance. Her arms follow soon after, flopping haphazardly onto the surface. With the show over, the girl beside me now lies seemingly dead, save for the movement of her breathing. Hasao looks mortified, as if he himself had fired a bullet into her. Shock from the sudden nature of what happened and extreme discomfort from a human moving and remaining limp in such an unnatural way are written on his face. I have to admit, for all I may be trying to play it cool, it still puts me off a little. Never truly gotten used to this.
I don't know, you're making a joke about it, so... Is she dead?
She's fine. She's like a fainting goat.
Oh.
Welcome to cataplexy.
When she wakes up, she's going to scream. Just don't mind that.
Her muscles stop working when she gets shocked or has big emotions. It's like, bang, you end up a lifeless doll. Sex with her gets really, really uncomfortable real quick.
Part of her narcolepsy?
Yep. Ain't always just sleeping, unfortunately.
Cataplexy? Is that like some Necopara thing?
It's a Necopara figure made out of cataplexy. Yeah. He says the word slowly and carefully, making sure he engraves it into his mind. He gives the word a lot of weight in the way he says it, which is good to see.
Is it always like this?
Well, Suzu's case is not light, to put it one way. Usually it's just like weak knees or not being able to keep your head up. I feel bad for saying it so plainly, even if Suzu would have done just the same if she were able to right now, but she's dead. She got dealt with a really shitty hand, and saying so just makes it feel all the more real. He looks back at her for a moment, but doesn't last long before covering his face with his hands to try and recollect himself. Can't say I blame him.
I can't look at it. It's so unsightly. Sorry, this is just...
It's too weird. I'm out.
Yeah.
Something's wrong.
I'm with that guy.
It's cool. I had the same reaction as you when I first saw it happen. Hell of a trick, eh?
He steps in through an orange ring.
Yeah, we have to go.
Come with me.
This timeline's doomed.
Does she need to be snapped out of it somehow?
Give her a minute or two and she'll be right as rain.
That was fast. Well,
how many years has it been this time? No sooner do I say this than Suzu begins to stir. Groaning slightly, she manages to move her arms to more comfortable positions before ever so slowly levering herself off the table. With a bit of time to reorient herself and rub her eyes, she eventually comes back to the land of the living.
Don't be sorry about how you reacted. I'm used to it. You heard everything?
Oh, nope.
My muscles give out, not my senses, which can be a pain all on its own.
Oh, so sex could be okay. She's still aware, at least.
How do you mean? When I get an attack, people often think I've had a seizure, fallen asleep, or fainted. It's not fun to be aware of what people are doing to your body while trying to wake you up, but unable to say anything.
God, it's like night paralysis, but in the day.
Right.
Have you ever had that?
No,
Like half wake up and you can like see shit. I've had it like happen to me once. It sucks. And that's why it's handy to have someone around who knows all this when you get an attack. Or we could just make up a sign to tie around her neck.
Makes sense. To be honest, I had no idea narcolepsy included something like that.
You making fun of me?
How often does it happen, if you don't mind me asking?
She just shrugs.
It varies.
Something's off about her answer. Whenever I've asked her questions about anything, but especially her narcolepsy, she always gives the most specific response she can. Partly because I pressured her into it so I could keep track.
A little more pushy than Hasao is.
Right? Given she has no reason to be vague for his sake, it makes me concerned that her attacks are getting worse, and she's trying not to tell me. It's kind of terrible attempt at secrecy she'd try.
Or they're new friends. And
yeah, or she's just shy because she likes him.
I'm guessing this is how you got the knee brace?
I just think it looks cool. Nod is her answer. Hasao's simple-minded curiosity is endearing, and Suzu dutifully doles out answers in her usual dull, encyclopedic manner. Talking about it in a generic way is kind of dull. Doesn't seem to bother her, at least as far as I can tell.
I just dropped my knees a lot. It's okay.
With this, Hasao's line of questioning appears to be at an end. He sits back and thinks for a little. Footsteps of Yuko approaching at our table, eventually reaching our ears. What would you like today?
Coffee and a slice of pie. Thanks.
What kind of coffee? And there's lots of different pies. Same as him.
Just tea, please.
No problem. Coming right up. Oh, sorry. I dropped something. With her usual sharp she scuttles off behind the counter. Still can't decide if the uniforms here are dorky or nice, but it suits her somehow. Not only because it shows off her nice legs either. Her unusually chipper mood today makes her extra cute.
Those nice thighs I talked about earlier.
Miki's my spirit animal. I think you're not allowed to use that term anymore. Whatever. The three of us end up waiting in silence for our drinks. Suzu takes out her phone and begins tapping away at it. The screen held in front of her as she browses whatever site she's on now. Hasao just looks out the window, her expression showing him to be deep in thought. A pop-up shows up on her phone and she faints.
Yeah.
I kind of want to bug him so I can have a conversation partner, but I decide to leave him be. The boy has a lot to think about right now, after all.
I can see the monologue.
Yeah. Looking around the cafe proves as boring as expected. A few old people who came to this town to live out a quiet retirement sit at a few of the tables. A few handfuls of students from Yamaku populate the others. I think I recognize the back of the class rep's head over the other side of the cafe, but I can't be sure. After what feels like forever, Yuko emerges with 3 drinks and 2 pie slices on a platter. Suzu may live in her own world sometimes, but at least she's polite, putting down her phone as they're set down on the table in order to thank her.
Okay.
Well, that was awkward.
I had to click, apparently.
The bell above the door rings out, with Yuko giving her briefest of nods before quickly scooting off to the entering customers.
To enter customers?
Oh my god, what kind of cafe is this? Town's pretty nice, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, it is.
Well, you're boring now. Sal's absent-minded reply annoys me a little, and the tinkle of silverware on her teacup draws the attention of both Hisao and I. Suzu ladles teaspoon after teaspoon of sugar into her tea, only stopping after it becomes more a sweet dessert than a drink. She's got to stay awake somehow. After staring at his coffee for a bit afterwards, Hisao lets out a long breath before speaking up.
Alright, I'm head out.
Gotta hit the old dusty trail.
I wasn't going to mention this, but I probably should. Yuko's got nice tits.
Fine, I admit it.
He already, yeah.
That's why I was taking a drink. I haven't been able to much.
He already has the attention of Suzu after speaking, that was... I'm doing a lot of... I can understand your pain now, but the both of us become a lot more curious after he moves his tie to the side and begins unbuttoning the top of his shirt.
What are you doing?
We're getting a show! Damn, get my ones!
He's not so modest after all.
I briefly wonder how much of his chest I'm going to get to see, but he stops after undoing several of the topmost buttons. A shame. He looks like he'd have a nice chest on him. Wow, it took him a really long time to get to this point with the other
Yeah,
girls.
right? And he's just like here in public.
Ugh.
Yeah.
It's like a Superman shirt. Don't tell anyone.
Right.
Pulling his collar aside, what he intends to show us becomes clear. The top of a vertical line chasing up the very center of his chest, depressed just slightly into his flesh, and shaded a little darker than the surrounding skin.
An operation?
Ugh.
No, a tattoo. For my heart. A few months ago, I had a heart attack caused by arrhythmia. Scars from when they cracked my chest open for surgery.
So what Haru said was true. I do my best to feign mild surprise,
Something was wrong.
as the fact that I learned it before he was ready to do his show in Tell makes me feel a little sheepish. Then again, the fact that there's such a visual indication of what he's been through is a real surprise. I always thought of heart attacks as something you don't really see, but his large scar is impossible to miss. It's jarring. That's... damn. I feel a bit bad for opening my mouth, but failing to find something to say. He gives a weak smile to excuse me for it, but I'd have honestly preferred him to be annoyed with me than make a face like that.
There you have it. The reason I transferred to Yamaku, that is.
Sal buttons up his shirt, damn it, and blows on his coffee before beginning to drink it. The fact that none of us really have anything more to say about his revelation becoming obvious. Suzu and I briefly looked to each other before doing the same.
Unbuttoning your shirts?
Yeah.
I think I saw Suzu licking her lips.
Yeah, it really took him, like, he went through, like, a whole bunch of, like, they don't even really want to...
Yeah, they never
Tell
talk
him.
about it. He doesn't show them.
Yeah.
The more I think about it, the more it makes sense. His inability to keep up with Emmy, but all on the track. Wait, Emmy at all on the track. Constant resting, weirdness around joining in sports. Given his build, he was no couch potato before it happened. I have to admit that it was a smooth move to show us that right now. I could see the gears turning in Suzu's head, opening himself up to us like that, especially just after Shuzune showed her condition to him so vividly. Will go a long way in earning her trust.
And Miki's like, I got the hand.
Yeah, I mean, I'm missing a hand. He probably don't know it yet, but it looks like he'll be able to handle her just fine. Not many people can.
Whoa.
As I chow down the last of my pie, just let that one sit for a second, I notice a subtle movement from the corner of my eye. Turning to where it came from, I see Suzu's head begin to slowly nod. Her eyelids also having trouble staying up. She might be working to hide it, but the harder she tries, the more obvious it is.
Good thing we walked here.
Right? If she's already this bad, she's probably been fighting to stay lucid for a while. Silly girl.
Tricks are for kids.
It's fine.
Sorry.
She looks annoyed, but only in the most routine of ways. It's far from the first time this has happened, after all.
Dude.
The world drops from her consciousness as she lowers herself down to the table, this time in a much more careful way than the last. I dutifully take her empty cup of tea and place it a few inches away as her arms come to rest around her head. Hasao silently looks on, doing his best to appear nonplussed as he defers to my experience in dealing with her. And just like that, Suzu's gone.
Oh God, where'd she go?
Well,
she's a ghost.
She's out for the count.
This is just sleep, right?
Yeah, just a nap. She's gonna be out for a while, most likely. We could probably leave her here.
Do we wait for her, or...
Nah, I'll just carry her back.
You sure? I can do it if you want.
Your chivalry's cute, but it's fine. There's something else you can do, though.
Oh? Yeah?
Spot me the meal, pretty please.
Fuck you.
Damn it! This always happens when I come here.
And why should I do that?
'Cause I'm cute. He just grimaces. I knew I should have gone with hot or sexy.
All right, I'll do it. That will work exactly once. Understand?
Excellent. I wonder how many times I can get him to do that with various excuses.
Once.
He just said, acting fast before he can retract his offer. I smile and call Yuko over. With the bill paid over Suzu's peacefully
I'll
sleeping
take
body.
20 more cakes, please.
Our little outing comes to an end. All right, we're at an episode.
Okay. This is going well.
Right?
I enjoy it.
It's a good time. It's weird
Yeah.
that we haven't had a choice yet, but I
No.
feel like there's one coming soon.
It seems like it's going to be not too short.
No. Honestly, this seems to be leaning more towards Hasao and Suzu getting together
Right?
than anything.
I was going to say, she's just like a moderator here.
Right. Yeah, whatever. We'll see what happens. I need to rest. My poor, poor, poor voice.